Hi everyone, I'm Alexa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to film just a short, fun Valentine's Day feel-good flow. So we're going to be doing a lot of different movements just so we can open up the body in all different directions and we feel really nice and balanced, but particularly focus on some back bends, which we also call heart openers. So that's going to be a lot of opening in the front body. So we'll come down to start on the mat. And go ahead and start on your back. So lower all the way down. And then we're going to just bring the knees in toward the chest. And take a little rock side to side. And just take a moment and notice how you feel today. So maybe there's some areas of tension or tightness in the body. We will work through some of that. Good. And then release your left leg long to the mat and just gently draw your right knee in toward your right shoulder. And then bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg and we'll take a gentle supine twist here. So you're going to release the right leg toward the left side and then bring your right arm to a cactus or goalpost position. So your elbow is at 90 degrees. You want to root the right shoulder down. Again, this is just a gentle twist, so no need to get too intense here. And then slowly release. We'll switch sides. Bring the left knee in and extend the right leg long. So gentle pull of your left knee toward your left shoulder. And then right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Bring your left arm to cactus and release the left leg toward the right. Bring your gaze to the left. Make sure your left shoulder is connected to the mat. And then slowly release. Draw the knees in. And then rock yourself up to a seat. And let's take just a little side body opening here. So I'm going to turn towards you. Bring your right hand out toward the right. Reach your left arm up and over. Maybe even ground the right forearm if that feels good. Otherwise, stay lifted on the palm. But bring your left hand to the base of the skull. So right where the skull meets the neck. And then open up. Maybe bring the gaze up. Bring your left elbow up. So we're opening up through the left side body here. This space between the left shoulder and the left hip. Breath in. And then exhale, release. Let's switch sides. Left hand out to the left. Maybe drop to the forearm. Reach your right arm up and over. You want to make sure that the hips stay grounded so my right hip is not popping up. I'm going to stay rooted down through the right side. Bring the right hand to the base of the skull. Gaze up. Draw the right shoulder up. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly release. Good. Let's come to all fours and take a couple rounds of cat-cow here. So we really, through vinyasa practice, which is what I teach, like to combine breath and body movements. So you want to let the movements of the body match the length of the breath. So you may move a little bit slower than me or a little bit quicker than me. It's all just about what feels good in your body, where you can maintain that nice steady breath. So shoulders on top of wrists, hips above knees. Let's take a breath in, drop the belly down, bring the gaze forward. And then exhale, round the spine, cat pose. Press the mat away, draw the navel up and in. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly down, exhale, cat pose. So this really helps to warm up the spine. Take one more round here. Cat pose, press the mat away, and then come back to a neutral spine. From here, let's lift the right leg back behind us. Right foot in line with the hips. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Hips are squared. And draw the navel in toward the spine. So you might stay here or can reach your left fingertips forward. You might stay there, or we're just going to add a little bit of breath and movement here. Bring your elbow to your knee. Slowly with control. There's no rush here. Inhale, extension. Exhale, contraction. Think cat pose when you draw the elbow to the knee. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, extension. And exhale, elbow to knee. And release. So you can do those same movements and just move the leg. And keep both hands planted. Okay, we'll go to the other side. Left leg back. Take a moment, square the hips, squeeze the inner thighs together. Keep the left leg extended and engaged. Reach your right fingertips forward. Gaze stays down so that your neck stays in line with your spine. Deep breath in. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Let's take 4 more, nice and slow. Inhale, extension. Exhale, navel to spine. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Back to tabletop pose. Go back to where we started with the right leg lifted. Take 1 more front body opener here before we get moving. Flex your right foot and draw your heel in toward your glute. And then press your right foot up toward the mat, or up toward the sky rather. Option to stay here, or if it feels good, reach around with your left hand and clasp toward the ankle. Option to lift the heart space up, nice and gentle, getting a little bit of heart opening. And then slowly release. Back to tabletop pose, switch sides. So extend the left leg this time, flex the left foot, draw the heel in, lift the sole of the foot up toward the sky. Option to stay here. If you took it on the other side, reach around with the right hand and then press or kick rather, hand gently into, foot into hand rather. And then release, tabletop pose. Walk the knees back just a little bit. We're gonna take puppy pose. Reach the fingertips forward, hips stay above the knees, forehead to mat. Try to keep the forearms lifted. Option to bring the chin to the mat and bring the gaze forward. And just take a couple slow, steady breaths here. It's a really nice shoulder opener. This is great for upper cross syndrome. If you sit a lot, good. And then slowly walk the hands back. Tabletop pose. Let's tuck the toes and come to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back, and I like to just pedal the feet out for my first down dog. It just opens up through the back of the legs. And then inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, grow the spine long. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rest. And then on your exhale, I want you to bring your arms rather, cactus variation. So we're just gonna do a little shoulder opening here. Take your right elbow underneath the left for eagle arms and connect at the palms. If this is not accessible, perfectly fine, or if it just doesn't feel good, bring the tops of, or the hands to the tops of the shoulder heads. So from here, think elbows up in line with the shoulders, send the elbows forward, slight rounding of the upper back, and then send the outside edge of the left hand away from the body. Let's take one more deep breath in, breath out, and then slowly unwind. Come back to that cactus here, and then this time left underneath the right. Connect the palms or bring the hands to the tops of the shoulder heads. Standing nice and tall, lift the elbows up and away from the body. Outside edge of the right arm slightly away from the body. Create some space between the shoulder blades, so it's a slight rounding of the upper back. Deep breath in, breath out. And then slowly unwind back to cactus. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms and step back to plank pose. We'll pause here, just a couple rounds of breath to get some heat into the body and fire up through the core just a little bit more. Draw the elbows, wrists and toes toward one another. Press the mat away, create that dome-like shape of the upper back. Legs are so engaged, deep breath in. And then exhale, drop to the knees and lower down. So we're taking a variation of Cobra. Bring the fingertips to the outer corners of your mat. Tent the hands. So we call this cupcake hands sometimes. Palms are lifted up, fingertips pressing down. Press tops of the feet down. And inhale, peel the heart space up. Exhale, slowly lower. Let's take 2 more just like that. Inhale, lifting up. So different version of Cobra. One more time. Exhale as you lower. Plant the palms, tuck the toes. Back to down dog. Moving on from there, inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot through. Drop the left knee down. And inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. So we're just going to take a couple rounds of breath here. Low lunge. You can drop the hips, but squeeze the inner thighs together. Imagine that your right knee is pressing down, left knee pressing down, right heel pressing down. Draw them in toward one another. Breath in, breath out. Good. From here, one more arm variation. Hook the thumbs and then slightly bend the elbows apart. So imagine a diamond shape with the arms here. Breath in. And then breath out. Release. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Same thing other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step through. Ground the right knee. Inhale, arms up. Just pausing here for a few moments. Opening up through the front of the left hip, but staying engaged in the core, and press down through the left foot. Spread the fingers wide. Root down through the lower body. Lift up through the upper body. And then same thing we did on the other side. Hook the thumbs. Bend into the elbows. Lift the heart space up slightly. Breath in. And then breath out. Release the hands. Plant the palms. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale, shift forward to plank. And exhale, lower down. This time, locust pose. Arms by your sides, palms down, thumbs out. Inhale, lift the heart space up. Draw the shoulders back. Palms stay facing down. Imagine that the shoulder blades are moving in toward one another. And then if you want, if it feels good, lift the legs too. Imagine that you're lengthening from in 2 different directions. So crown of your head is moving forward, but your toes are moving back. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. Plant the palms. Tuck the toes. Press up and back. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step through. This time, high lunge. Crescent lunge. Keep the left knee lifted. Inhale, arms overhead. Breath in. Breath out. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot up just a little bit for pyramid pose. So about 3 feet. Walk your left foot out just a little bit so you can keep the spacing in the hips. You want the hips to square. It's a great place for blocks right here. Send the right hip back. Soft bend of the right knee. And then just take a couple rounds of breath here. So it's important to open up in the back body as well as the front body so that we stay nice and balanced. Let's take one more breath in. Breath out. And then step the left foot forward for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, step back to downward facing dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up, and exhale, step through, coming back to that high lunge. Keeping the right knee lifted. Both hip points are pointing forward. Reach the arms overhead. Left knee above left ankle. Soften the shoulders down away from the ears. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Slow the breath down. If you need a little bit more stability, you can walk your left foot out toward the left edge of the mat. Let's take one more breath in. Breath out, hands down, and then take a step up with the right foot. Again, blocks or anything here for support is great. When you're using blocks, it just helps to bring the ground up to meet you and give you a little bit of extra support. So you're looking for comfortable discomfort, not pain. So if this doing pyramid pose doesn't feel good, try finding some support there, or taking a modification, which is half splits pose, right? Same thing, just getting into the back of the left leg. Breath in, breath out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold, plant the palms, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, breath out. Inhale, shift forward to plank, and exhale, lower all the way down. So this time, we're going to take Locust Pose, option to interlace the hands behind the back, or arms by your sides. Breath in, lift the heart space, maybe float the feet. Let your inhales travel to the deepest part of the belly. Squeeze the inner thighs, deep breath in. Breath out, release. Plant the palms, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, and then walk, step, or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, come down to chair pose. Utkatasana. So we're going to fire up through the lower body just a little bit more. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Send the hips down and back. Palms press in toward one another. Keep the chest lifted. Make sure you have two knees in one line. Stay here. If your legs are burning, this is a good thing. We've got just a few more rounds of breath. Can you sink a little bit lower? Two more. Last one, breath in. And then exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, step back. And then go ahead and lower down to the forearms. We are going to take a dolphin pose. Option to stay right here in forearm plank. Otherwise, just for a few rounds of breath, walk the feet up. They don't have to go up far. It's more about opening up through the shoulders. Press the forearms and the outer edges of the hands down and send the heart space back. Lift the hips up. One more deep breath in. Breath out. Slowly walk it back, forearm plank. Inhale, and then exhale, hips down to the mat. Sphinx pose. Palms down, forearms parallel. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. And imagine scooping the body through the arms, if that makes sense. So you're really opening up through the chest. And then release. Plant the palms, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. And then walk, step, or hop through to a seat. Come all the way down on your back. So we're going to move into bridge pose. You're welcome to take a supported bridge, so you can use a block beneath the sacrum for a little support. It's more of a passive pose. So depending on where your energy is at today and how you're feeling, that's a great option. Otherwise, soles of the feet onto the mat, hips distance apart, arms down by your sides. Take a breath in as you press the feet down. Exhale, lift the hips up. So we really want to feel the back body engage. As the feet press down, feel the backs of the legs fire up. Lift the chin up away from the heart. Couple more rounds of breath here. I love doing heart opening, back bends. They probably, more than any other pose, give me types of poses give me a ton of energy. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, release, and just take a pause here. They offer so much energy for me. I love the way that they make me feel. So if you are needing some energy, heart opening poses are a great thing to practice. And then we're gonna do 2 more rounds here. So some options are to stay with bridge pose. So if that feels super challenging, stay with it. 2 more rounds of bridge pose. If you would like to play with upward bow or Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose, we're gonna take that. I'll walk you through it next. So if at any point you feel anything in the shoulders or the low back that just doesn't feel good, you don't like the way it feels in your body, it hurts, come out, right? Yoga is a progression. It's about practice and showing up to just allow ourselves this space to move into what feels good. And we do that by exploring. So if you want to try it, be my guest. I'd be happy for you to. If you would like to take bridge pose today, perfectly fine. You get the same benefits, right? You get that front body opening, which is what we're after. So I'm going to set up the same way. You're going to take a breath in for wheel pose. If you're going for bridge, go ahead. Exhale, lift the hips up. You're going to plant the palms on either side of the head, so right by the ears. You're going to come to the top of the head first. So pausing here, maybe walking the hands back just a little bit. Elbows in toward one another, then press up. You want to come to the top of the head first. So in any back bend, it's not about how high up, right? We often see these images and think it's about the arch, but it's really not. The opening is coming from this upper body. Breath in. And then to come out, come to the top of the head first. Make sure you have that nice stable grip with the hands and then slowly lower down. And then just allow yourself a moment to pause here. So we're going to repeat that. So again, it's not about how high up or what it looks like. It's about what it feels like in the body. And it's just that opening through the shoulders, also through the hip flexors. So we'll take one more round. Bridge or wheel. Breath in. Exhale, lift the hips up, plant the hands, come to the top of the head first, and then press up, send the heart space back. Find your breath. One more inhale, and then exhale, slowly release. And roll the spine down. We'll take Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees split out to the sides. Maybe close the eyes here for just a moment. Just observe however you're feeling. Accept your practice for what it was or what it wasn't. Try to let expectation and judgments go. Maybe immediately counter any of those types of thoughts with something good, something appreciative, right? Our bodies do so many amazing, amazing things for us on a daily basis. that we often don't think about. So just being grateful for this moment, grateful for this breath, for everything that your body did for you. It's amazing. And then draw the knees in toward one another. Give yourself a little squeeze. We'll take a happy baby pose. Reach for the soles of the feet. Let the knees bend down toward the outsides of the body. Lengthen the spine. Soften the shoulders. Let that tension go. Maybe find a little sway, a little playful side to side here. And then release. And extend the arms and legs out long beside you for a quick 1 minute Shavasana. Let the feet flop open. Take this minute here of your day for stillness of body and also of mind. Allow yourself to be an observer of the thoughts. And if the thoughts wander to other things, you can bring your awareness back to your inhales and exhales. And then maybe just begin to find some movement. Wiggle the fingers and toes, maybe roll the wrists. Take a nice full body stretch. And draw the knees in. And find a comfortable seat if you have a little bit more time to spend in Shavasana. I highly recommend that. Even 3 to 5 minutes will do a world of wonder for you. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Please subscribe below, and if you have any requests, let me know. Thank you so much. Namaste.